Hi, Jennifer here with Porcelynne. Today I'm going to show you all the brand new items we just got in our shop. So let's take a look at the table. So over here on the left, and this is kind of hard to see, I'll show you a little bit closer in a second. We have these two new athletic fabrics for sports bras. We have this nice bright orange. It is not quite a safety orange, but it is a nice bright orange. We also have this maroon color. Now it's kind of hard to see. I'll kind of shake it. Maybe you can kind of see. It's dark, but it does have some pretty shine to it. And it's a really pretty maroon color. This is actually probably one I will be using quite a lot because I like that deep color. So I put together the sports bra kits for every single one of the sports bra fabrics now. So I've gone ahead and I've pre-cut them and they're already bagged up and ready to go. So if you do order like 2 or order extra yardage, it would be cut separately from this until I'm out of these. But I am trying to keep these ones in stock, so it's a little bit easier for me to pull and ship. Now, one thing I have done with these fabrics is I have actually cut them as fat pieces. So the black wicking fabric is a fat 1/2 yard. So what I've done is I've cut a full yard in the length and then folded selvages to selvage and then cut in the middle. And that gives you more usable fabric as opposed to doing just a 1/2 yard and only having 18 inches to work with. So you actually have the full yard by about 30 inches wide to work with. Now for the athletic fabrics, I cut these 1.25 yards. And then I did the same thing, selvages together and cut it in half. So you actually have a fat 5/8 of a yard. So I did that. Hopefully it'll make some pieces a little bit easier to cut and to nest together. And then again, you still have the 2 elastics. And one of the reasons I've been kind of stocking up on my athletic fabric is because I've been preparing and getting anticipation for my new sports bra release. Now this is the Jacky Sports Bra. It does have a zip up front, but it also has a hook and eye to help keep it together. It has a fun little adjustable strap. But this one is not quite available. I believe I'm going to try and get this one out sometime in October. I'm crossing my fingers that I'll get all the testing done. But I'm really excited about this one. So that's why I've been doing all the sports bras for you. So of the other things I have here, I have a new Nylon Dazzle. Now this one is thinner than my Poly Dazzles, and you can see it is a little bit sheer, and it does have a little bit of give this way and a little bit of give this way. Not a whole lot. It would be really good for bras, and I don't think you need to line it. If you feel like you need to, you can. But I would say that this is actually a pretty good fabric. Now, the reason I got the nylon is because I'm getting a really cool fabric printer, and it's going to be, I think I'm using acid inks, so it will work on my nylon fabric. So I wanted to make sure that I could print on some bra fabric because I can't really print on the polyester ones because it won't keep the color as well, or I'd have to get different dyes, and I didn't really want to get another set of dyes because knowing me, I will probably use the wrong dye on the wrong fabric. So I've been stocking up and getting nylon fabric so I can actually use my fabric printer on my power net on this, and I've also got some athletic fabric. It's actually a little bit heavier than this. It's they say it's like the Lululemon. So that'll be here in about a month or so. So I'll be able to print on all of those. So I'm super excited. Okay, now we have wash away thread. I know a lot of people swear by this, and if you're making muslins and you're testing fit, this is good. You got to make sure you keep your hands completely dry and you keep it completely sealed. Once you've opened up the package, store it in a plastic bag, especially if you're in an area that might be very humid. It could end up disintegrating your disintegrating your thread. So the idea is that you sew with this probably in the bobbin thread. So you wind up a bobbin and then sew it, and then when you're done testing it, you can spritz it with water or splash it with water, and it'll dissolve the thread and come apart pretty easily. So the same thing is if you're actually really sweaty and you put on the test bra, it will likely come apart while you're testing it. So just be careful, make sure your skin's dry and your hands are dry and everything, no liquid near these. Keep these far away from any cups, and you should be good. But this is really good for making tests. Now we also have these lovely clamps. Now I actually used to carry these several years ago when I had a lot more boning, and now I've got boning again, so I figured I'd carry these. So these are really good for cutting boning, spiral boning, regular boning, or even under wires. I'm going to do a separate video on cutting them and actually tipping them. I have one out there, but I wasn't that happy with the tipping materials I used. So my husband found, because we've got a wire bending machine that we were creating, my husband had to find the material to tip the ends of the wires. So it's slightly different than what we're going to be coating the wires with, and this I believe is a polyester based, and it is a powder. And so what we'll end up doing is we actually have to heat the end of the wire, and then we can dip it in and heat it again. But I'll do a separate video on showing you how to use this. Don't worry, this is not real expensive. I think I might have max $2. I think the actual little glass thing is probably more expensive than the material inside. But I will show you how to use that. And so this is really designed for the underwires. This one, if you want to actually tip boning, I'm offering a bigger size because the boning won't fit inside here to tip it. So I'm offering a bigger size that you can use for tipping your boning. And this is going to be a fair amount more expensive because the volume, I think this fits about 4 to 8 times the amount that's in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that ratio, so I'll have to figure that out because I haven't filled these ones yet. But I will show in another video how to tip it, how to use these materials. So it makes it a lot easier and more reasonable to actually tip and shorten your own wires. So that's all my new stuff for this month. I do have actually some new kits, but I'll be sharing that in another video. So stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Bye.